Kilo Bravo Delta Lima 2 Kilo Papa Victor Delta, Rhode Island. I'm going to start up this Airfoil Lab Cessna 172. Beacon light. Fuel pump. Crank it up. That ought to do it. That was like the world's worst startup right there. Hang on. Fix that. There we go. Felt like the prime was fine. On. Alright, welcome everyone to the chat. Hope everybody that's in Cosford is having a great day. Hope we're learning about some future X-plane goodies. Alright, today I'm going to be utilizing World Traffic 3 with the newest version with the general aviation sliders turned up a bunch. Using, as always, Pilot to ATC. Going to need a piece of paper to jot down some information. I submitted a flight plan to Pilot to ATC. We're going to go do a direct flight. Probably half hour, 45 minutes at the most, I would think. Alright, get my notes.
Fairwinds 161, Bradley Tower, runway 6, line up away, traffic departs, runway 33.
Fairwinds 161, line
Frequency.
up away, runway 06.
We're going to go to the
Number 1 Mike Charlie,
ATIS.
Hotel, contact ground point 90.
Right on hotel over ground 461 Mike Charlie.
Bradley INTL information Juliet. 1500 Zulu weather. Wind 240 at 10, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 5000 scattered, temperature 14, dew point -10. Altimeter 2992. Arriving runway 33, departing runway 33. Advise on initial contact you have Juliet.
Alright, now that we have our information, I'm going to flip over to clearance. Get that information. Pretty much our runway is going to be like right over here. It's going to be as easy as it gets for leaving this airport.
Line up and wait.
Cessna 12 Bravo, ready to copy VFR clearance.
Cessna 12 Bravo cleared VFR to Kilo Papa Victor Delta with radar advisory service at 5,500 feet. Squawk 5604 advise of altitude changes en route. Departure on 123.9 or 5.
Say it feature.
Cleared VFR to Kilo Papa Victor Delta, maintain 5,500 feet, squawking 5604, departure on 123.9 or 5. Cessna 12 Bravo.
Cessna 12 Bravo, read back correct. Altimeter 3009 or expect runway 01, contact ground on 121.9 or when ready to taxi. Enjoy your morning.
Altimeter 3009 or expect runway 01, ground on 121.9 or for taxi. Cessna 12 Bravo.
Alright, we have our taxi information, 5604 and the squawker. Ground on 121.9. Checking my oil temperature. By the time we get over there in taxi, we'll be in really good shape. Cessna 12 Bravo, ready to taxi.
Cessna 12 Bravo, taxi to runway 01 via taxiway Sierra. Hold short runway 01.
Juliet Romeo, runway 33,
So,
line up and wait, traffic
little
and
discrepancies.
Taxi to runway 01 via taxiway Sierra, hold short runway 01. Cessna 12 Bravo.
Line up and wait, 33, latitude 60.
So 01 is right there. So what we can do, we can turn off frequencies for now. We can turn on taxiways. We're going to come right there. It doesn't give me a hold short at 33, but runway 1 is right there. Taxi light on. Go nav.
Fairwinds 161, Bradley Tower, runway 6, line up away, traffic departs, runway 36.
So we got chatter on. We're running a lot of systems here. On taxi out here, we're going to check world traffic.
Under Fairwinds 161,
Radar.
line up and wait, runway 06.
Looks like we have a lot of planes, so maybe we'll see somebody today.
Charlie, turn right on hotel, contact ground point 9.
Right on hotel underground, 461 Mike Charlie.
Alger 6 Julia Romeo, wind 3503, fly, runway heading, runway 33, clear for takeoff.
Sled runway heading, clear for takeoff, 3360.
Okay, 47 traffic will hold in position.
Roger.
I'm going to hold short of 33 and see if it clears me. All these taxiways, I believe, can be customized. It's just not something that I'm really been into doing. Get the say it helper. Cross.
Number 6 Julia Romeo, contact depart.
Over to departure 60 Romeo.
Cessna 12 Bravo holding short to cross runway 33.
Cessna 12 Bravo cleared to cross runway 33.
Cleared to cross runway 33 Cessna 12 Bravo.
Be nice if it had like an artificial intelligence where it could learn this stuff. Cleared to cross the world traffic. Sweet. So when these things work together, that's going to be hopefully avoided. That Cessna, that jet would have got squished by this Cessna. Maybe the other way around. Oh, feel that wind right there.
Cessna 12 Bravo contact tower on 120.3. Have a good morning.
Ground on 120.3, Cessna 12 Bravo.
Fairwinds 161, contact depart.
I think I should have said tower. Tower on 120.3, Cessna 12 Bravo. It accepted it.
Worldwide 27, you can proceed direct Bedford, contact Boston, approach 124.4.
And turn off the taxi light. We're going to turn on the landing light. Mixture full rich. Do check the mags.
Affirmative, remain on tower.
Okay, I just had a question about that right mag. It looked like it was dropped lower than normal.
Cessna 12 Bravo ready for departure runway. Cessna 12 Bravo ready for departure runway 01. Cessna 12 Bravo winds are light and variable cleared for takeoff, runway 01.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 01, Cessna 12 Bravo.
Cleared for takeoff runway
Just gonna read it
01
back just in
Cessna 12
case.
Bravo.
He said departure was 12395.
And right there is a good spot there, shuttle. They're going to go to runway 6. And I want
Citation 5, Papa X-ray, proceed direct Bedford.
Alright, get that ready.
What, are you going to some gate other than 21 or 23?
20, Alpha 20.
So that gate, back to the ramp, sorry.
Okay, going to the ramp there, so please.
Center 494, Bradley Brown, runway 6, taxi via Sierra Charlie, wind calm, altimeter 2991. It's essentially the same weather.
So I think somebody's leaving here in that world traffic. Be fun to watch, but we got business to take care of. My aiming point to keep myself with the runway heading is basically that mountain right there. Trying to get better at keeping the runway heading. Alright, we're almost out of the pattern. Almost above it. We're gonna,
Citation 5, Papa X-ray, reduced speed
I'm
210 now.
gonna go turn crosswind. Should be well above the pattern.
Thanks, 3-1, approach.
No, it's about a point turn in down here. You're happy
Yeah,
with
there's somebody leaving.
315.
Don't know where they're going. Oh, helicopter departure.
Thank you, 3-1, approved as requested.
No, it could be a Cessna. Alright, GPS looks good. Arm.
88, Charlie, Pop, brother.
Autopilot.
Altimeter 2991.
600 feet a minute. Nav and nav. Let go.
We'll work on a short, it'll probably be Norwich, so.
This is the runway we departed from, 01.
Cessna 12 Bravo contact departure on 123.9 or 5. Good day.
Departure on 123.905 Cessna 12 Bravo. Flip over. Cessna 12 Bravo at 3,500, climbing to 5,500.
Cessna 12 Bravo, good morning. Radar contact.
And landing light off. Everything's looking good. Plenty of fuel. Get rid of that. Excuse me. There we go. Yeah, primarily my station is about utilizing pilot to ATC down here. I'm flying this Airfoil Lab Cessna 172, and I'm using World Traffic 3, the latest version, 1007 maybe. So anybody that's interested in how Pilot to ATC works, I have a bunch of videos. You get to see the good, the bad, and the really ugly, as I like to say. So what you guys see, you guys are looking at my my primary monitor. My right-hand monitor is divided up into 4. So I have a box with Pilot to ATC, SkyVector, OBS, and my Twitch chat. I checked for flight sim economy. I didn't have any anything. There were no Cessnas 172s at Bradley Field, so I didn't pick up any economy. Gonna have to do a few strictly flight sim economies just to keep my cash reserves up. I've been doing a lot of pretty much free flying with Pilot to ATC, learning this system and not really concentrating on my economy. It's nice when it all kind of works out and lines up together. I've had a little intermittent crashes. I had to update my my Pi Engineering X keys. I had to update World Traffic 3, like a bunch of little minor updates. I should check to see what the latest is on the OBS. I'm currently using Studio 20.0, looks like .1. So I'm pretty sure that by this time there's probably an update. Why did that just bust my altitude when I had that thing armed? Alright, drop myself back down here. Get back to 5,500. Hardware is 6700K with a 1080 GTX 1080 running 32 gigs of RAM. It's been a pretty good setup. I do not have ground shadows on. Those have been kind of frame killers. And settling in at 5,500 now. Pull some power. Gonna lean this thing out. Watching my EGT temperature. Alright, now we are at cruise. So usually what I do, I just kind of wait for Pilot to ATC to give me the commands when to change stuff. I want to be on the lookout for Airport LZD Danielson. It's going to come up somewhere right around here. We're low on airspeed. Cruising. Wind was at 240. So the wind's coming from our right down here. 10 knot wind. I'm thinking we're going to get runway 23. I check that on SkyVector. Everything's looking nice and comfortable here in the plane. The EGT is a little bit high. Can reduce down to 2200, 2300. See how if it levels out there. Stabilizes.
Cessna 12 Bravo, contact Boston Center on 124.85. Enjoy your morning.
Boston Center on 124.85, Cessna 12 Bravo. Cessna 12 Bravo at 5,500.
Cessna 12 Bravo, good morning. Radar contact.
Radar love. Have a little sippy of some cranberry juice there. Ground speed 109, 41 miles. "23 minutes. I'm also using X camera, so I use the middle mouse button to kind of scroll around, but then it snaps back. Like that. It's good. I'm getting a nice, looks like stable 30 frames a second. GPU and the CPU are working around the same. My settings are as follows, like that. I have Draw Parked Aircraft off for World Traffic 3. Draw Shadows is still a pretty big scenery killer. If I drop this stuff down, I can use them. So it's a little bit of a sacrifice. I've been trying to keep it at around 30 frames. So let's see, this is going from a Charlie to a Charlie, airspace going direct. I don't know if I can bring Sky Vector over and show you guys. Oh yeah, there it is. So we started here. Pretty much it's a pretty direct shot. I think the runway we're going to be is going to be on this side. We can get the vectors. We can do all that kind of stuff with Pilot to ATC. Let me see if I can find that. So I can add an approach. Go runway 23. Go to the ILS.
Cessna 12 Bravo contact Providence approach on 123.67, good day.
Approach on 123.67, Cessna 12 Bravo. 12367. 1, 2. Got to turn that off first. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Cessna 12 Bravo at 5,500.
Cessna 12 Bravo radar contact.
So I am going to add that approach. Runway 23. ILS. I'm going to load that. I'm going to come onto my GPS. Select approach. ILS 23, enter, vectors, load, Cessna 12 Bravo, request approach vectors for ILS to runway 23.
Cessna 12 Bravo radar contact. Expect the ILS approach to runway 23 at Green St. 8 with the PVD transition altimeter 3012.
So I'm going to repeat it back.
Expecting the ILS approach to runway 23 at Green St. 8 with the PVD transition Cessna 12 Bravo.
The other thing I need to find again. ILS 23. And it looks like I'll need to be at 2,200 coming in for the glide slope. So I'm going to process, activate, enter. Get me back on course here. I always want to pull and scroll across a little bit on the GPS. I want to see more. So I'm going to come here, boom, straight in. And at Cusco, here we need to be at 1,900. About. So this is something new for me, is taking the vectors in the ILS. What was the frequency? That would be helpful if I put that in. 109.3. Get it set and ready. So we need to be at 2,200 feet when we've hit the first. When we hit the first CFCDV, Charlie, Foxtrot, Charlie, Delta Victor. Don't know why that's still on your screen, unless it's a delay. So OBS looks like it's working.
Cessna 12 Bravo requesting en route descent.
Cessna 12 Bravo descending to 4,500.
Cessna 12 Bravo radar contact.
I don't think it liked that. believe once I've been giving the previous instruction to expect the ILS. I'm on my own for descending, so I'm going to arm. I'm going to start going down. Pull out a little power. It's weird, I'm trying to move that speech assistant off of the screen. We're having a pretty nice day here in the Northeast. Going to be in the 80s this afternoon. We're much better than Florida. Watching the airspeed, watching my rate of descent. Trying not to let one get ahead of the other really too much. EGT is so good. Everything else, temperatures are in the green. Amps, vacuum, oil pressure. I think this approach was a pretty good time to start my descent. Back to enjoying the ortho scenery. I'm not hearing any background chatter, which is weird. I want to see if I can get that last transmission.
Say again, last transmission for Cessna 12 Bravo. Cessna 12 Bravo radar contact.
Yeah, we're still on Boston Center. Not sure why the pilot to ATC chatters out. Everything seems to be typically working as it should. Or as I think it should be working, where I haven't had any trouble with it. Where's the flyby mode? Oh, there it is. Oh, this is what I look like from the outside. Why didn't it fly by? Sorry, I'm jumping around here, back to F9. I was trying to get the flyby view. Run the mixture back up. just going to hold here. Cessna 12 Bravo at 2,900.
Cessna 12 Bravo radar contact.
A little bit of traffic down there. So next week should be pretty exciting with 11.1 coming out. You know, a little bit of frame rate improvement. This thing's going to be even crazier better. Improper English right there. But I think you guys get the point. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be add a ton to it. Tonight I'm going to watch some of the preview videos from Cosford. Start bringing this in. 20 nautical miles. Glad I checked that. The airspeed was dropping pretty fast. So some things in sim, I'm pretty sure that in real life, like, you're going to notice a significant drop in speed or aircraft handling. Where in a sim, if you're not paying attention, you know, the screen change of pace isn't really noticeable. Where I think that in real life, you would have that feeling of like, oh wait, my RPMs are, you know, I need more RPM. I need to crank up the motor a little bit more. Alright, while we're up here, we are going to give it a little bit of radar love, and we are headed to PVD. Looks like we have some aircraft. We are currently at 20. This is us right here. Looks like we're going to be inbound and coming in here. Should have a Cessna coming across us. Almost up. What's that? 2 o'clock? 1 o'clock? Get the binoculars. Not seeing anything. But hey, according to the radar, it's there. So at this first waypoint, I think I need to be at 2,200. So I'm just going to go arm, altitude. Then at Cusca, I should be around 1,900 to intercept the glide slope. Alright, a little sip of some cranberry. Might be it over here. See if the altitude hold. And the kicks in.
Cessna 12 Bravo, contact Boston Center on 128.75. Enjoy your morning.
Boston Center on 12875, Cessna 12 Bravo.
Cessna 12 Bravo, frequency is 128.75.
That's what I said.
Frequency is 128.75, Cessna 12 Bravo.
Cessna 12 Bravo at 2,200.
Cessna 12 Bravo, good morning. Radar contact.
There's one thing I don't like about these knobs.
714 Southwest Bradley approach, 123.905.
Alright, coming up on our waypoint at 2,200. Once we make our turn, once we hit Kuska, I'll probably turn off the GPS and then we'll just go with the glide slope, the ILS. I think there is actually an approach. There we go. I'm going to try that. I have not done that. It's a big gap in my knowledge. And there are gaps the size of the Grand Canyon. I forgot about that feature. That's how much I haven't used it. Down here I was trying to get this frequency to 6. Apparently, excuse me. So this should be our DME down here, 111 nautical miles. Let's see if we, the LNAV, what that does. Hopefully we catch our glide slope. That's weird. Like all of a sudden the GPS kind of freaked out. Like at first I noticed this was going up.
Delta 66, how's you right at 350?
Landing light on, fuel pump on, fuel selector to both, doors, windows secure, seatbelts on. Mixture full rich, landing gear in.
Southwest 279, level 222, descending to 190.
Southwest 279, Los Angeles. Southwest 279, you just want
We do, thank you.
Southwest 279, you want to send me contact that service?
Thank you.
That must be higher up on the glide slope. Approaching this one, Kuska should be at 1,900. Oh, there we go. It's the runways in sight. Cessna 12 Bravo, runway in sight.
Cessna 12 Bravo Roger. Maintain VFR for remainder of flight. IFR service terminated. Frequency change approved. Have a good morning.
Cessna 12 Bravo, inbound, full stop landing, runway 23. Turn off the GPS. See if that glide slope works. Below 110, gonna add our first notch of flaps. Here come the flaps.
Delta 66, contact Boston Center 133.45.
We're almost back on the glide slope. It's coming in, it's coming in. Looks like it might have us. I'm just gonna leave this. It's a nice stable approach. The glide slope is dead center. If anything, we're slightly below. But red over white, we're alright. Seeing how I'm teaching myself, I don't know fully how all this stuff works.
Skyway 011, contact Boston Center 128.2. Skyway 011, affirmative 1282. Did I step on somebody?
I'm going to turn the autopilot off. Trimming it up, going to start to bleed off some of this airspeed.
Skyway 011, contact Boston Center 128.2.
Nice stable approach here. So far it's looking good.
Skyway 011, contact Boston Center 128.2. Contact Boston Center 118.42.
I'm going to use 2 notch flaps.
Southwest 279 is going to maintain 11,000, Province altimeter 3009.
Center, loading into Schwarzu, Harry. Out of 185, landing flight 0350, stop.
Circuit 12, Boston Center, hello. 764, Frederick Husky.
Cessna 12 Bravo, clear of active.
764,
Cessna 12 Bravo, welcome to Plymouth Municipal.
64, Skyway 011, contact Boston Center 128.2.
That's pretty weird.
Skyway 011, contact Boston Center 128.2. Circuit 61, contact Boston Center 127.7.
I'm not sure what happened on that. I have a red line here for the miss. I was in constant contact with them. I said I had runway in sight. I never got the clear to land. Alright, well, anywho, as people like to say, I'm not going to sweat it. Just going to roll with it and learn it as we go. Maybe when there's an integration with World Traffic 3, it'll be a little bit more active in that kind of stuff, more accurate. Gonna park. Gonna jump off the stream. Just want to say thanks to everybody for stopping by my channel. Hopefully you learned a little bit about Pilot to ATC. I think the program is really pretty fabulous. This is World Traffic to 3 generated aircraft. Yeah, we just landed in Providence. Gonna clean up my aircraft, set my parking brake, turn off the avionics. Thanks for coming by, Squawking 1200. If you have any questions, I will upload this to YouTube probably in a little while, and then usually that's been kind of where I've been getting most of my questions about Pilot to ATC. Thanks for coming by my channel once again. Have a great weekend. Bye.